Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Cheltenham Racecourse here on Wednesday. It is the 16th of March 2022. We're going to look at almost all the races here on day 2 of the festival from Cheltenham. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me this upcoming Saturday for my Uttoxeter Midlands Grand National Preview. An excellent race there, so join me for that. And also join me throughout the week for some more Cheltenham previews. But it's a great card today. You have the Queen Mother, which is one of my favorite races, as your feature today. Of course, you have the very scenic race of the cross country. So we're looking at almost all the races except the 7th race to 5:30. I just hate the champion bumper. It's just not my favorite race, and I don't even look at it. I'll watch it as a fan, but it's not a race I would really give a tip in. So we're going to look at the first 6 races, starting off with the first race, the 130, which is the Grade 1 Ballymore Novices Hurdle. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $182,000, race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. 9 horses are going the distance of ground here, 4,200 meters, or 2 miles and 5/8 over the hurdle course. I'm going to take the number 8 horse here, 3 Stripe Life. We'll go 8, 3, 6 in the TriCash trifecta. 8, 3, 6 TriCash trifecta. Top selection 8 horse, 3 Stripe Life. 6-year-old gelding by Leading Light. Davy Russell gets them out for Gordon Elliott. The horse's most recent outing came the 6th of February at Leopardstown. 2 miles over the hurdles in the Grade 1 Tattersall's Ireland Novice Hurdle, and he finished second by 6 lengths. The winner, Sir Gerhard, who's running back in this one, just ran a terrific race and won in cruising speed. This horse had a few mistakes early on, but was gaining late. I didn't think I didn't think he ran the worst race of his life that day. Coming here back to Cheltenham, where he ran decently in the champion bumper last year, I think he could really improve out that last run. I think Sir Gerhard's going to get a very big challenge today. I think he's he's not due for that good run here today. 2 backs, he ran in the Grade 1 Future Champions Novice Hurdle, Leopardstown, 2 miles, 27th of February, December, and he finished second by 1.5 lengths there. He never weakened out of it, but never quickened up. He jumped a terrific race, but he just needs something late. He's another horse. I think getting the extra 5 furlongs should really suit him well. And then a Fairy House in November, 2 miles in main hurdle, winning by 6 lengths. Not 100% cranked, but first start over the jumps, he really took off clear. I like that Davy Russell's coming over to ride this horse. I think at 5-1, he's come to this race very well, so we're going to use him. Your second likeliest winner, I think, is a 3 horse I Am Maximus, a 6-year-old gelding by Authorized. Nico de Boinville's on this one for Nicky Henderson. Most recently, they ran the horse here at Cheltenham on New Year's Day, 2.5 miles in a listed novice hurdle, where the horse finished second by 2 lengths, and he just needed that extra turn of foot. He ran decently, but he just, he just couldn't get the hill well. Counting the extra 5 furlongs, settling well. I think this horse could really run a good race, because 2 back in Newbury mid-December in a main hurdle, he won by 6, and I thought he was under the drive and excelling there. An all-around good race. I do think the trip's well. I think he's properly rated to this race at 15-1. On the up and up, we'll use him here, but I also think the other horse is a likely winner. 3 Stripe Life, but to recap my selection for the opener, the 130 from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 1 Ballymore Novice Hurdle. Let's take the 8 horse 3 Stripe Life. Give kudos to the 3 horse I Am Maximus. 8, 3, 6 TriCash trifecta. 8, 3 in the place pot. Let's get to the second race. The 210, the second race from Cheltenham. It's the Grade 1 Brown Advisory Novices Chase. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $236,500. Race for novice 5-year-olds and upwards. We have 11 horses going the distance of ground here of 4,600 meters, or the distance of ground, 4,800 meters, or the distance of ground of 3 miles over the chase course. I'm going to take the number 9 horse, Le Homme Pressé, as a top selection. We'll go 9-3-1 in the TriCash trifecta. 9-3-1 TriCash trifecta. Top selection 9 horse, Le Homme Pressé. The 7-year-old gelding by Diamond Boy. Charlie Deutsch is on this one for Venetia Williams. And the horse's most recent outing came in the Grade 1 Scilly Isles Novices Chase at Sandown. 2.5 miles on the 5th of February, and the horse went by 21 lengths, and nobody was cashing this horse. He was on cruise control that day. He settled well. He quickened up nicely. He jumped well. I thought it was an all-around good race. Coming here to Cheltenham, where he's run very well in the past, I think he could really sit on a very good run today. 2 back on New Year's Day in the Grade 2 Paddy Power Novices Chase here at Cheltenham. 2 miles 5/8. He won by 10 lengths, and again, he just settled well, got the job done in hand, even over a shorter trip that he probably didn't like. It was an all-around good race, and then before that, in a graduation chase at the Ascot, 2 miles 5/8 the 18th of December, winning by a baker's dozen, 13 lengths there, again on cruise control. Since coming to the bigger obstacles, he's really been running these easy races and really been improving at every single run. Something you want to see before coming to Cheltenham. Coming here today, should get a good trip as a course winner. I'm going to use him at 3-1. You also have to use the 3-horse here, Brave Man's Game. Harry Coben's on the 7-year-old gallon by Brave Mason, and Paul Nichols trains. Most recently, they ran the horse in a novice limited handicap chase in Newbury, 2 miles 7/8 on the 12th of February. They just need to get a race under his belt, and he won by 3.5 lengths, and he basically won in a paid work, like we say here in America, an all around easy race. And then before that, in the Quota Star Novices chase, he won by 7.5 lengths. The biggest question with him today, he's facing a lot more horses than he's been facing this season. He's faced basically 4-horse fields in 4 starts this season. So, today he's going to have, 11 horses, 10 other rivals to face. That's going to be a big thing for him, but he has run decently here in the past. We'll give him a shot here at 2-1. And also, don't throw out the 1-horse, Ahoy Senor. His most recent race at Weatherbury in the Taunton Novices Chase, I thought that was a very good victory, and I thought his place before the Quota Starbound Braves Man game wasn't bad at all. I thought he was gaining a little bit late. We'll use him at 5-1, but the other two are very likely winners before him. But to recount my selection for the 210, the second race from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 1 Brown Advisory Novices Chase. Let's take the 9-horse Le Homme Pressé as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the 3-horse Brave Man's Game and the 1-horse Ahoy Senor. 9-3-1 Tri-Cash Trifecta. 9-3-1 also in the place pod. Very wide open race, I think. Another very wide open race, the 250 now from Cheltenham, the third race. It's the Grade 3 Coral Cup Handicap Hurdle. It's a Grade 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $135,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have 26 horses entered to go the distance of ground here of 4,200 meters or 2 miles and 5/8 over the hurdle course. Very wide open race. I'm going to give you 2 horses that I think can win. Use them in exacta forecast combination, but most definitely use them both in your place pod. The 2 horses I would use would be the 15-horse St. Felicien and the 15-horse Unexpected Party. So 5-15. We'll start off with the 5-horse St. Felicien. This 5-year gun by Sante Saints. Robbie Powers on this one for Gordon Elliott. Horse's most recent appearance came the 30th of January at Naas. 2 miles in the Grade 3 Bet Victor Limestone Lad Hurdle. And he finished second by 3.5 lengths. And he just couldn't get there late. At 8 cents to the dollar, he was jumping well, but he just lacked a little bit of running. First start in 2 months, he needed the race. Second off the bench, coming to this handicap today, I think he could really improve off of that run. Getting a little lesser quality horses should do 1-2. 2 back in the novice hurdle at Gower 2 miles, 20th of November. He won by 2.5 lengths. First start for the new connections. It was a very easy race. He settled well. He quickened up nicely with a ginormous weight of 165 pounds. It was a very good victory for him there. And then before that, he ran the 13th of March at Auteuil in France. Near the old connections, 2 miles and an eighth in a hurdle race. Auteuil is a very difficult place to jump around, but he put on a show, winning by 8 lengths. He jumped well, quickened up nicely, and kept going there on the demanding ground. A very, very good run. Has really been improving with every single race. Coming here today to this handicap at 6-1. He's very lightly raced, but I think he's set to run a good race. We're going to use him here along with the 15-horse Unexpected Party. Harry Skelton's on this one for Dan Skelton. 7-year-old gelding by Marteline. His most recent race came on the 22nd of January. Ascot, 2 miles and 3/8 in a Class 2 handicap hurdle, winning by 4.5 lengths. And again, he had a good low weight that day. He settled well, he jumped well, and he won with confidence. A very good race for him there, finally getting the victory. Before that, at Weatherbury, 2 miles 5/8 in a Class 3 handicap hurdle. He finished second by a length, and he just couldn't get there. His wheels were spinning a little bit late. He had a very high weight on his back. We'll blame it on that, but he could have jumped a little bit better there. And then before that, here at Cheltenham, 2 miles 5/8 in a Class 3 handicap hurdle. He finished second by 7.5 lengths. Wasn't 100% fluid that day. He just kind of had a few mistakes. I don't think he liked the good ground. I think he's the kind of horse coming here to 2 miles 5/8 that should suit him well again, and with a little give in the ground, that should suit him well. At 8-1, we'll definitely use him in the place pod. But to recount my selection for the 250, the third race from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 3 Coral Cup Handicap Hurdle. Let's take the 5-horse St. Felicien as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the 15-horse Unexpected Party. 5-15, forecast exacta, and definitely use that 5-15 both in the place pot. Let's get to the featured 4th race from Cheltenham. The 330, the 4th race from Cheltenham. It's the featured Grade 1 The Queen Mother Champion Chase. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $540,000. Races for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses going 3,200 meters or 2 miles over the chase course. I'm going to take as a top selection here the number 1 horse, Chacun Passois, will go 175 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 175 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 1 horse, Chacun Passois. Terry Ellen by Policymaker. Gets Mullins up in the saddle for Willie Mullins. The horse's most recent handicap, the Grade 1 Dublin Chase at Leopardstown, 2 miles and an eighth on the 6th of February, and he won by a dozen lengths, and he just put on a show that day. He got redemption for his previous race, which was a disaster. We'll get to that in a second, but that day he settled well on the good to soft ground. He kept going, and it was all around good race. He's getting good to soft ground again today. He's coming to this race, I think, a lot better than than the race last year. I think he really improved off that run. 2 back in the Tingle Creek at Sandown over the mile 15/16. He really ran horribly. They were setting their heights a little bit too high. He was overbet at 62 cents to the dollar. He never jumped fluidly. He finished 5th by 34 lengths. It just wasn't his day to win there. And then before then, the Champion Chase at Punchestown over the 2 miles in April, he won by 5.5 lengths, and again, he just took off clear over the fences. An all-around good race. He ran this race last year, and he finished 3rd by 1.5 lengths, and he kind of hit the wall going up on the run-in, but he was jumping well in the good during the main portion of the race. And then before that, he won the Dublin Chase very, very easily, and then before that, he won at Leopardstown very, very easily during the Boxing Day fixture of 2020. Coming this race well this year at 5-1, we have to use him. You know, the second likeliest winner is a 7-horse Shishkin, but you know his form has been going downhill a little bit lately. I've noticed his numbers. He won the Clarence House Chase, but you know he had to be under the drive to win that race at Ascot last time out. But he won the Desert Orchid before that, Kempton nicely, and then he won at Aintree last season very, very nicely, and won here at Cheltenham. But that last race, he, like I said, he just had. You saw a little bit of moment of weakness when he was on the drive, nearly getting caught. But coming here today, I'll use him at 4-5. I'll use him, but 4-5 is off of that last run. That's a little head scratcher there. I do think he was coming this race a little bit better last year. But if you could say, if the old Chishkin shows up, he's going to win this race by a dozen, like he won last year at the festival. But like I said, that last race was a bit of a head scratcher. And for a small upset, Newbie Negra, I think is your third likeliest winner for Harry Skelton. Most recently they ran him in the Tingle Creek, where he just never really got going off the bench. But before that, won the Shoulder Chase here in November, and then won the Desert Orchid in 2020. 20-1, then he'll run clunkers like he did in this race last year. But the two in front of him, Chacun Passois and Alejo, were better horses. That was at Punchestown, but he ran the clunker. He placed in this race last year behind Put the Kettle On. But at 12-1, he could be a small upset here. But the two in front of him are more likely as winners. But to recap my selection for the 4th, the 3:30 from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 1 Queen Mother Champion Chase. I'm going to take the 1-horse Chacun Passois as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the 7-horse Shishkin and the 5-horse Newbie Negra. 175 Tri-Cash Trifecta. We'll keep them all in the place pod. The 5th race, the 4:10 from Cheltenham. It's the most scenically viewable race of the, scenically aesthetic race of the week from Cheltenham. It is the Glenfarclas Chase. It's a cross-country chase for Class 2 horses, going for a purse of $101,500. Race for 5-year-olds and up. 16 horses here are going the distance of ground of 6,000 meters, or 3 miles and 3/4 over the cross-country course. I'm going to take here the 4-horse Delta Work. We'll go 4:15 and your forecast exacta. 4:15 forecast exacta, but to tell you the truth, any of these two can win. We'll start off with the 4-horse Delta Works. 9-year-old gelding by Network. Jack Kennedy's on this one for Gordon Elliott. The horse's most recent outing came the 5th of February at Leopardstown, 3 miles in the Irish Gold Cup, facing very tough horses. He finished 6th by 16 lengths. He jumped well early on, but he was just beat by much better horses. Going to a slower race here today. It's a little bit more treacherous, but I think with the class relief and a longer trip, I think he can improve off that last run. I think he can really run a good race. 2 back in the Savills Chase at Leopardstown, 3 miles, 28th of December. He finished 6th by 28 lengths. Off a little bit of refreshing. His wheels are spinning, and he just wasn't excelling there. And then before that, Dan Royal in the Champion Chase. He finished 4th by 5.25 lengths. Frodon really freaked that day. This horse was just under the drive, and off the bench, he needed the race. And then I thought he ran a decent 3rd place finish in the Irish Gold Cup at Leopardstown in February 2021, where he was gaining a little bit. But coming here, a longer trip, lesser quality horses at 6-1. I'm going to use him here. You can't throw out the 15 horse Tiger Roll. He's won here quite a few times. David Russell gets back on him again for Gordon Elliott, your Grand National winner a few times. But his form recently is just a little bit down. They tried him in the handicap hurdle Navin last time out off the bench, where he didn't really excel, and then he pulled up before then the Untitled Chase at Aintree. But I think they ran in the bowl last year, which I thought was a horrible race at Aintree. But he won this race last year by 18 lengths up at Easyland, who of course finished second. But this horse, he likes running here, and he'll run these clunkers and then run these good races. At 8-5, we'll definitely use him on the ticket. He's the kind of horse for course kind of horse. But to recap my selection for the fifth, the 410 from Cheltenham. It's the Glenfarclas Chase. Let's take the 4-horse Delta work. We'll give kudos to the 15-horse Tiger Roll, 415 Forecast Exacta, using both in the place pod. The 6th race, the 450 from Cheltenham now. It is the Grade 3 Johnny Henderson Grand Annual Challenge Cup Handicap Chase. It's a Grade 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $169,000. Race for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have 20 horses going the distance of ground of 3,200 meters, or 2 miles over the chase course. A very wide open race here. I'm going to go with the 14-horse Ferrero Bamboo as a top selection. We'll go 14-2 in the Forecast Exacta, but to tell you the truth, any of these 2 horses can win, so we'll definitely use them in the place pot. And depending on the price at the post, we might do a small each way on both of them. But we'll start off with the 14-horse Ferrero Bamboo, this 9-year-old gun by Aspis. Charlie Deutsch is on this one for Venetia Williams. Horse's most recent appearance came the 5th of February at Sandown, mile 15/16 in a Class 2 handicap chase, and he finished second by 4 lengths, and he just couldn't catch the winner. A little bit of a longer trip probably would have settled him well, and a little bit quicker ground would have settled him well. He's going to see a little bit quicker ground today, good pace in front of him. I think he will really run a good race today. 2 back on the 21st of January at Lingfield, heavy ground, 2 miles in Class 2 handicap chase. He won by a length. He was on the drive that day on the demanding ground, but he got the job done. A very, very good race there. And then here at Cheltenham, 2 miles in a handicap chase in December, he finished third by 6 3/4 lengths. He never quickened up, but he never weakened out of it either. He just kind of plodded along. He got over the fence as well, but I would like to see him improve a little bit more there. And then before that, Newbury in a handicap chase, he finished third by 8 lengths. And again, he just never really ran a good run, but he's really been improving as the season goes on. Coming here today at 12-1, I think he should be peaking. We'll use him on the ticket along with the number 2 horse Andy Defresny. This 8-year-old gun by Dwayne. Mark Walsh is on this one for Gordon Elliott. Most recently, they ran the horse in the popular Square Chase at Nice, 2 miles on the 6th of November, where he finished second by 4 3/4 lengths, and he just couldn't get there late on the fast ground for that time of year. I don't think he really liked it. He likes to give in the ground like he's going to see today. He's getting a good weight here today and some class release from some of his previous races, and I think that's going to be the key for him. Before that, they ran a Ferry House in April 2021 and the Gold Cup, where he just never really pulled up out of it, and then he ran in the Flogos Novice Chase at Leopardstown in February 2021, where again he just never really ran. His last victory came in December 2020 at Nice, and the Karen Davis Novice Chase, winning by 3 lengths. He put on a show that day, and then before he won that at Wexham very, very nicely. Coming here with some serious class relief at 8-1, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets over the wire first, so we'll use him on the ticket, but I do prefer Ferrero Bamboo before him. But to recap my selection for 450 from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 3 Grand Annual. Let's take the 14-horse Ferrero Bamboo as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the 2-horse Andy Derfersen. Probably pardon all the mispronunciations I've said in this video and in this race. We'll go 14-2 Forecast Exacta. We'll use them both in the place pod. So like I said earlier, the 7th race, the 5:30 it's the champion bumper. It's a race I've always for years said I hate. I'm gonna watch it as a fan, but as a giving it a tip in this race is just not my thing. So with that being said, good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me tomorrow for day 3 preview from Cheltenham. Good luck, everybody.